transition to a healthier eating lifestyle, it's hard to know where to start. It might seem simple, but it can often become very overwhelming and expensive and seem impossible ultimately.
When the average Joe wants to start eating healthy foods, they first might think to visit a supermarket with plenty of healthy branding, such as Whole Foods or Sprouts.
But what many people don't know is that there exist alternative and international supermarkets as well. In this video, Amrita and I, Lexi, will compare the prices of food between American supermarkets and international supermarkets, as well as give you smart shopping tips to help you save more money. If you want to avoid getting wax on your fruit, a good thing to do is to buy organic. And as you can tell, just by in the light, this apple, which is not organic, is very, very shiny, while this organic apple is a bit more matte and just regular looking. It might be a little bit uglier, but I mean, it's healthier. As you can see in this line of soda cans, every single can label is facing forward. When I talked to the manager, he told me that the employees are obligated to, no matter where they are, if they have to go from point A to point B in the store, they actually have to, if they notice a label can not being faced forward, they have to turn it. So the aesthetic of the store is very important to the shopping experience. In the case of the American supermarket Whole Foods, you're not just paying for the food, you're also paying for the experience and the convenience and the general aesthetic of the store. One thing to note that adds to the cost of the food in this store is that the the suppliers go through a rigorous set of quality control, and if the food doesn't meet that standard, then they do away with the produce.
This is a list of foods that don't need to be bought organic because they're the least sprayed and they don't have chemicals. Some examples are cabbage, cauliflower, onions. And this is a list of produce that need to be bought organic because they're the most sprayed, like strawberry, apples, and grapes. And also keep in mind that GMO foods, genetically modified foods, do not have seeds in them, so just buy vegetables and fruits that have seeds in them so you can avoid GMO foods.
Here's another example of jasmine rice in Safeway where it's 5 pounds, and honestly it's pretty small, and you're paying $11 or $12 or even actually more because of taxes. And this one right here is, you're paying 10 pounds and it's almost $20. You're paying 11 cents per ounce, and this one you're also paying 15 cents per ounce. So you want to be careful how much you're actually paying per amount of product.
I'm in New India Bazaar, an ethnic store. People have this misconception that the food here is spoiled, but just like any food stores, ethnic stores have to go through yearly inspection. And on top of this, every food that is imported has to be inspected even before it's imported. Ethnic stores have really cheap food, and as you can see, the rice here is very cheap too. For the brand 𝓡𝓮𝓭𝓾𝔁 rice, it's $10.99 for 20 lb.
I am in Line Supermarket, which is an Asian-oriented supermarket, and here we're going to compare the prices of all the bananas. Here is the American kind of boring bananas, as I call them. They're 69 cents per pound, which is incredible. And over here, these are Thai bananas, which you don't see in Safeway or Whole Foods. You're not going to see that. And it's very cheap, 99 cents per pound. And here we have baby bananas from Ecuador. Very cheap. And also this strange fruit down here. I don't even know what this one is.
Oh, is that it?
Oh, right there. Jack fresh fruit. So in ethnic supermarkets, or in general just non-American supermarkets, you can get things from all over the world and have it be very cheap because look at the presentation. It's pretty, it's not exactly pish-posh sterile. It's sometimes they're the ugly fruits or the ones that were rejected. Like you can see here, the plantains. They don't look spectacular, but you can get a lot of them for cheap. I'm in front of the fish market in Lion Supermarket, where one important thing to note about different types of when you buy meat and fish is that depending on where you go, obviously it's going to cost differently. If you go to a nice, sterile, clean environment like Whole Foods, you're paying for not just the meat, but you're also paying for the packaging with minimal blood, and an environment where they don't kill the animal in front of you. They do it behind closed doors. But here, you pay basically just for the meat, which makes it cheaper, and they don't really make necessarily an effort to hide the animal being, you know.
So I found Chips Ahoy, and as I was looking through the nutrition facts, I found that there was 0 grams of trans fat. But when I looked at the ingredients, there was hydrogenated palm kernel oil, which basically means there's trans fat. So it's really important to look at the ingredients sometimes to check if there's trans fat, because usually in the nutrition facts it's listed as 0 grams.
So these are the main takeaways of this video. 1. International supermarkets tend to not discriminate against ugly produce, and therefore they have more inventory, and that also lowers the cost. 2. The price per unit of produce is more affordable. And 3. Uncommon and cheap produce are often found in the supermarkets and flea markets. If you don't need to go to an expensive supermarket to be eating healthy. If you don't care about the presentation of your food, you can shop at international supermarkets or farmers markets.
If you live in a place where the cost of living is high, you can save a lot of money by going to stores in low-income areas. The same Target in Cupertino will have the same products as a Target in East Palo Alto. Nothing is wrong with a product if it's cheaper. Stores base their prices based off their property tax, so a store with high property tax would charge more rather than a store with low property tax.